Hey everyone, welcome back to From Our Scrapbin. So today we're going to be using some more scraps to make a 12 by 12 layout. Today my focus is going to be on a cut file. So I have this Paper Issues balloon cut file, and I will try to link that below. And I am using the Vicky Bouton rose gold paint to paint the cut file to give it a little bit more metallic. You're going to see why when you look at the papers that I chose for the scraps, but I wanted it to stand out. And I also, this particular page doesn't have any white on it, so I didn't want just a white cut file kind of sitting there and taking the emphasis off the picture or off the other things. So this is an easy way to kind of transition or use your cut files. Just paint them, ink them, and if you do it while it's still on the mat like I did, it makes it a lot easier. So there is the cut file all cut out and pulled off the mat. I'm going to just show you a little bit of backing the cut file, and I don't think that this is rocket science, but I know that a lot of people like to see that process, but nobody wants to watch the whole hour that it took me to do it. But I literally just used a pencil and outlined each balloon that I wanted to back, cut it out with my scissors. I have a pair of cutter bees that I use for this kind of stuff that is, they're more exact, kind of really pointed scissors. If you're gonna do this kind of stuff, get one pair of really good scissors, and maybe don't use them for other things. You'll see later on in the video I have just a regular pair of big scissors I use for a lot of just random cutting, and I save these cutter bees for things like fussy cutting or cutting out precision kind of areas. So after I cut them out, I glue it onto the back of the location on the cut file. And that's how I back most of my cut files. Every once in a while I'll use the Cricut if it's intricate to cut out the pieces that are going to go backed, but most of the time I will just hand cut it. You'll see here I did turn two of the balloons into shaker pockets. It's a similar process, except I cut two pieces of plastic from like a thicker package or a package that I got from paper. You can even use a page protector, and then I put the sequins in the middle and then glued them together. So some people use a backer piece of paper. For this one I wanted the background to show, so I used two pieces of plastic, and I think that worked out well. I'm going to attach this cut file down using glue again, and you don't need to see that because that also took a while. I'm adding some mica mist in gold. For those of you that have watched for a while, you'll know this mica mist, both the gold and the blue are my favorite. I know a lot of people still have the Heidi Swapp Color Shine, but I was never able to get the gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine, so this mica mist was the first kind of gold I had, and so for me I think it's the equivalent of everyone that loves their gold color shine. It's the gold mica mist is kind of my favorite. It's also a deeper gold. It's not like the shiny gold, so that fits a lot more of what I scrapbook. So here you're seeing me start to pull out some more of the scraps, and I'm going to be using a lot of the same colors, some of the same papers I used to back the balloons, and then some additional ones. And I'm pulling all of the colors from starting from her sweatshirt, which is that really pretty kind of orange, burnt orange kind of color, and then I'm adding in some yellows and some blues from that watercolor paper that is backed some of the balloons on. Now, these were all legitimately just in my scrap bin. I'm tearing some of them, and I know this process, and there's my big scissors. I know this process kind of scares people, and it scares me a little bit, and that is just mixing and matching layers behind a photo and making a photo mat that's not quite square. And if it really bothers you a lot, one of the things that I do sometimes, and I did it here, is go ahead and make a lot of messy layers, but end with a square layer. So you see I'm going to end with a layer that's square and around the photo. So it's like the real mat of the photo is that background. It's a square one, but then there's some messy layers all around it. I think that helps people sometimes kind of see, be able to use those different layers. I know that for me, I struggle with asymmetry. I struggle with kind of things not going all the way around, and sometimes when I scrapbook it's hard for me to like use scraps because they are not big enough. But I tried really hard to kind of go outside my comfort zone with this particular photo mat by using the pieces and the sizes I had. Right now I'm taking some thin foam strips that I have, and I believe I got them from my little scrapbook store, and I'll link her store below too. But the thin foam just to be able to go around so it'll pop it up just a little bit. If you didn't have thin foam, you could just glue that down directly. You didn't have to use, you don't have to pop it up, even though it's a shaker pocket. It would have been fine just glued down. I just happen to like to have a little bit of dimension on it. Same thing with that other gold balloon. So this particular cut file has individual balloons, and then it has the big upper right hand corner balloon combo. So that's, I just use both of them, and then I'm using the balloons kind of as embellishments on the other part of the page. So I'm still using those little foam strips, and I'm popping that one up as well. So this is kind of the base of the page, and you can see I used 4 or 5, maybe 6 different scrap pieces of paper. So I was really able to get my scrap bin used up. I did use the one cream color cardstock and then a white color cardstock to cut the cut file out, but all the rest of the papers are from the scrap bin. I do not have a lot of birthday stuff. I actually just ended up buying some because I realized when I did this layout I was basically out of birthday stickers. But this last package I have that said happy birthday, and I used that just to kind of embellish the page. I don't embellish it a lot, but I did put some stuff on there, and these stickers apparently were so old that the backing of the sticker wouldn't even come off, so it was kind of frustrating. And then I'm going to use, I think they were planner stickers, but I happen to have the number 2 and the 3, and she had turned 23, so I'm going to put the 23 underneath there. And then I really wanted to journal, and I wanted to use a journal spot, and I could not find a journal spot that would fit. I'm putting just some other stickers here. There's a gold flower, and these are all just kind of what I've tried to do with this series, is not just use my scrap paper, but use kind of the stickers from my big, old collections and those kinds of things as well. So I'm really trying to stash bash with this series. Now these are actually brand new. These are some from Shadney, and I will also link her below. She does wood veneer pieces in different shapes, and these are the streamers wood veneer pieces, and they are just adorable. And I really, really love them. She has all kinds of different wood veneer pieces. She happens to have cats and dogs right now. So if you have a animal, a pet that you love and you want wood veneer, she's got a lot of those in the store right now. So go see. So that was me trying to find a place to put that journal spot, and I could not find it. And so then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to journal right on the yellow. There was enough space there. And so basically I just talk about meeting Katie for her birthday and celebrating that she's turning 23. As I have gone through the last year or so, I've really tried every single page to have some form of journaling on it. And unless it's just a page that doesn't need journaling, but most of them do. So that is my page. So here's kind of a close-up of both the wood veneer and the stickers and the balloons. I wanted to give you a close-up of those balloons and how I used all those scraps. And here's the final page. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and watch the other ladies in the series. They're listed below. Bye-bye.